Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
Hello there, good morning and welcome. This is AM News on Adoatv Television. My name is Nanya Collison. We'll bring you some updates as the members of parliament has commenced the debate on the 2022 budget on the floor of parliament. Also, we'll make you know what is trending in the world of business. We've got details of this and many others coming up in a jiffy. Please be my guest. Hello again. We apologize for the late start of the news. Let's move on to our top story. The Member of Parliament for Yape Kaserigu, John Abu Jenapo, has reacted to the 2022 budget debate in Parliament on Tuesday, 23rd November 2021. According to him, members of Parliament should know that people are calling on them because they are suffering. Hence, the need to put politics aside and be patriotic and show empathy to reject the e-levy tax. Addressing the House, he said members of Parliament should sabotage and say no to e-levy tax.
Watching you. Please, look at how your people are suffering. The people of KJT are calling on you. The people of Suome are calling on you. That for the first time, Mr. Speaker, you rightly said that this parliament is a new parliament. Let us put the politics aside. Let us be patriotic. Let us show empathy and reject days of noxious nuisance e-levy tax. Mr. Speaker, it's even an insult unto us to decide that you tax our Momo and tell us that it is innovative. What is innovative about taxing mobile money? What is innovative about taxing mobile money? Mr. Speaker, it is clear that the vice president is becoming somebody you cannot trust. He was against Momo yesterday, today he is for it. He was against taxation, today he was for it. He was in favor for road tolls, today he is against it. Every other benchmark, he was for benchmark, today he is against it. So Dr. Bamia, what do you stand for? That is the question. Mr. Speaker, the last point is the revenue itself. Where is this 100 billion going? They've told us that we should pay the tax so that they will use it for critical infrastructure. Mr. Speaker, let me put it on record that that is false, and it's in the budget. We are paying compensation, 35.8 billion. Interest payment, 37.4 billion. Amortization, 7.9 billion. Statutory payments, 31 billion. When you add all this together, that total revenue cannot even satisfy this amount. So what is left for so-called capital expenditure? It means that we have to borrow another 37 billion, which will still increase our public debt. Mr. Speaker, on this note, I want to end on a very sober way. I do not want to do politics at all. I just want to plead with my colleagues that please join us and let us say no to this mobile money tax because it is regressive.
Minister for Information and Member of Parliament for Ofuantia Yerubi Kojo Opon Nkrumah is urging his colleague MPs to unanimously accept the economic policy proposal. He was speaking during the 2022 budget debate on the floor of Parliament, which began yesterday. The legislator highlighted, among others, youth unemployment, which the budget seeks to address, hence the need for the budget to be approved.
Mr. Speaker, by the year 2024, 6.6 million young people will be out of school looking for jobs. Any administration that is minded to deal with the challenges of our time will be exploring ways by which it can help ensure that these people get jobs. Considerations that this budget answers. Mr. Speaker, as a matter of fact, the first thing we have done as an administration, indeed as a country, is to expand the Ghanaian economy. By 2016, when the immediate past administration was leaving power, growth had come to as low as 3.4%. What that means is that the rate at which the Ghanaian economy was expanding, so the private sector could expand and create more jobs, was down to 3.4%. Right, Honorable Speaker, until COVID hit us, we were growing at an average of 7% year on year. An average of 7% year on year. What that meant was that a lot of young people had the opportunity to get jobs in the private sector. Mr. Speaker, additionally, even in the public sector, the government of Ghana, under the leadership of the Akufo-Addo administration, ensured that at least about 300,000 young Ghanaians were recruited in the public sector, both for those who are paid by the Comptroller and Accountant General and for those from the non-subvented agencies. Mr. Speaker, this is very different from the days when we were told that because we were down to the bone and had gone to the IMF, we could not recruit people in the public sector. But what is even more exciting, Mr. Speaker, is that in this 2022 budget, the administration has made available 1 billion Ghana cedis to support young men and women in this republic who want to embark upon their own business, known as the Youth Start Initiative. And so, Mr. Speaker, the most important issue on the minds of Ghanaians is being answered by this administration by expanding the private sector. And if you look at the forecast of growth in the year 2022, we as an administration are forecasting 5.8% growth. The International Monetary Fund, from where my friends get policy credibility, says that they project that we will hit 6.2% growth. That expansion is expansion that will create a lot more jobs in the private sector. The continued expansion in the public sector will create jobs in the public sector. And then the 1 billion Ghana cedis that we are making available to young Ghanaians will also help us create at least about 1 million jobs in the next 3 years in the private sector here in Ghana. And so the most important question, unemployment, is answered by this 2022 budget, Mr. Speaker.
Still stay on the floor of Parliament because the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Samuel Abu Jinapor, has applauded government for its significant intervention made for the mining sector in its 2022 budget statement presented in Parliament last Wednesday. According to the sector minister, the reduction in withholding tax placements on proceed gold from 3% to 1.5% would contribute tremendously to the growth of small-scale mining sector. In the same vein, he highlighted some series of tours his ministry has undertaken while in places in the country and region at large geared towards the effective management of resources of the country. He made this statement earlier yesterday at a press briefing series held at the Ministry of Information.
To perform a very important part of our mandate, which is accounting to the people and giving an account of how far we've discharged the instructions of the president thus far. Distinguished guests, members of the press, I'm sure you will appreciate how important the mineral sector of our country is to all of Ghana. As you know, These minerals are vested in the President, and the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources has the mandate and responsibility to manage the minerals of our country through the Minerals Commission, which is the technical bureaucracy through which these resources are managed. And you know, we began the year on the instructions of the President with a national consultation on small-scale mining, which was held on the 14th and 15th of April. Thereafter, I've been leading a delegation from the ministry to tour the country. We've done Ashanti, we've done Eastern, we've done Western, we've done Central, we've done Western North, we've done Greater Accra, we've done Northeast, we've done Upper East, we've done Upper West, we've done Savannah, we've done Northern Region, we've done Bono East, Ahafo. We're just left with Oti and Volta region to cover all of Ghana. And essentially, one of the main reasons for our tour has been how to effectively manage the mineral resources of our country on the basis of transparency and integrity. We also recall that the President declared water bodies and forest reserves as red zones when it comes to mining. And pursuant to that, I issued a directive to ban prospecting, recognizance, and exploration of minerals in forest reserves in our country. And we recall Operation Halt and the work that is done, which culminated in the launch of the National Alternative Livelihood Program by the President for miners. There's a lot that has been happening at the Minerals Commission, and very soon I'll be inviting the Chief Executive Officer of the Minerals Commission to give a presentation to the country on how far we've come with the budget, which was read by the Minister for Finance, had a very significant intervention in the small-scale mining sector of our country. Before the budget, the arrangement which exists now is that if you were exporting gold from small-scale mining, you were required to pay a withholding tax of 3%, which was effectively and by all intents and purposes an export tax. And indeed, the Precious Minerals Marketing Company was responsible for collecting this tax. And it became somehow a disincentive and encouraged smuggling, and which was not good for the mining sector of our country. Arising out of broad consultations in the government and under the leadership of the President, the Minister for Finance has reduced this withholding tax from 3% to 1.5% on unprocessed gold, and it will be collected at the point of production. So it's going to be collected at the mine site. It will not be collected at the point of PMMC, and which will mean that if you were exporting gold arising from small-scale mining, at the point of export, you literally, quote-unquote, will pay 0% tax. What the obligation will be is at the point of production, which is at the mine site, which will be 1.5% withholding tax on unprocessed gold. I think this is significant and is going to contribute tremendously to the growth of the small-scale mining sector. The matters to do with community mining, the mercury-free equipments we are bringing in to ensure that the gold is the ore. The gold is extracted from the ore in a sustainable manner, in an environmentally sound manner. All of these are matters we seek to bring to the attention of the Ghanaian people. In all, I believe that we haven't gotten to where we should be yet. There are still challenges. On a daily basis, we receive reports of illegal mining activities in several areas and parts of our country. There's a good deal of work we still have to do to come to a situation, a satisfactory situation. But without a shred of doubt, we are making progress and we're on the right track in our view. And we are still open to suggestions and critiques and additions here and there. But by and large, I believe that the mining sector is...
Speaking in that report is the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Honorable Samuel Abu-Jinapor. That would be for today's edition on AM News on Adoatv Television. My name is Nanya Makolizin, but we'll bring you updates of these stories in our subsequent bulletins. Meanwhile, you can get more news on www.adwanewsonline.com. From me and the rest of the team, we'll see you again very soon. Please, as always, stay safe. Always a pleasure coming your way. Good morning.